Good evening to tonight's telecast of the Port Allegheny Lady Gators hosting the Coudersport Lady Falcons. The starters for tonight's game for the Lady Falcons: number 11, Belle Porterfield; number 15, Emma Chambers; number 24, Sarah Chambers; number 33, Sierra Myers; and number 50, Rosalind Page. For the home Lady Gators, their starters will be number 1, Gracie Archer; number 2, Evan Stauffer; number 10, Bree Garzell; number 21, Brielle Budd; and number 24, Jade Evans.
Now, tonight's starting lineups, first visiting Coudersport. Number 11, Isabel Porterfield. Number 15, Emma Chambers. Number 22, Sarah Chambers. Number 33, Sierra Myers. And number 50, Roz Page. And now the starting lineup for the Gators. Senior number 1, Gracie Archer. Sophomore number 2, Evan Stauffer. Senior number 10, Bree Garzell. Sophomore number 21, Brielle Budd. And senior number 24, Jade Evans.
Okay, the officials for tonight's game: Anthony Zimbardi, Frank Arlington, and Noah Jordan. Number 24, Jade Evans, to take the tip, going against number 22, Sarah Chambers. Tip is won by Chambers to Rosalind Page. Back to Chambers. Sarah Chambers drives. Passes to Page. Jump ball. Gracie Archer tied up Sarah Chambers. Stauffer to Garzell. Guard comes up. Garzell looks over the corner of the back to top to Stauffer. Stauffer reverses it back to Garzell. Garzell to Archer. Archer at the top. Garzell again. Jade Evans back to Archer. Garzell with a deep three. Ball out of bounds on number 11 from Coudersport, Bell Porterfield. Port Allegheny ball. Evans to offer to pass. Okay, we'll give it another shot. Hopefully we have all the technical difficulties back and we're back in business. 5 minutes, 52 seconds left. Sarah Chambers with a drive. She's on the line for two. Foul on Jade Evans. Chambers first is no good. Second is good. Coudersport with a 1-0 lead. Port beats the little pressure Cowdy puts on the ball. Garzell called for a travel. Chambers brings the ball up. With a drive. Garzell with a rebound, looking to run. Slows it down. Garzell shot partially blocked by Chambers. Cowdy looks to run. Chambers into the lane, back to Page. Good hustle back by Garzell with a tip out of bounds. Cowdy ball. Chambers at the top of the key. Stauffer drives. Kicks it back to Garzell. Garzell for three. It's good. Garzell with for a three. Port Allegheny will lead 3-1. Garzell meets Chambers at three-quarter court, putting a little pressure on the ball. Over to Emma Chambers. Sarah Myers with the two. Again, Cowdy starts with a little bit of pressure. Stauffer with the ball. Stauffer looks to drive. Chambers is out. Stauffer to Archer. Archer out to Evans at the top. Garzell with Porterfield Gardner. Garzell goes by Porterfield with a shot. No good. Chambers with a rebound. Cowdy looks to run. Good hustle back by Gracie Archer to stop the layup. Over to other Chambers. Emma Chambers. Oh, we got another jump ball. Loose ball on the floor, and the Port girls are getting on it. Score tied 3-3 with 3:15. Porterfield looks to inbounds. Porterfield to Chambers. Chambers three is short. Rosalind Page has the ball go off her. A little contact underneath. Port ball. Garzell again facing a little pressure. Garzell keeps her dribble. Over to Stauffer. Stauffer looking to drive. Stauffer out to Garzell. Garzell to Archer. Over to Bud. Bud back to Archer. Back to Garzell's top. Garzell with a three. Rosalind Page with a rebound. Oh, we've got a foul. A hold called against Port Allegheny. I believe it is on Brielle Budd. That's her first, team second. Port shows pressure but drops back into the half-court defense. Chambers brings it over the half-court line. Chambers over to Sarah Myers. Porterfield with a drive, gets in trouble. Archer with a tie-up. Should be Port Allegheny ball, and it is. Port Allegheny with the possession. Garzell now on a low post. Evans looks to drive. Garzell with the loose ball. Back to Stauffer. Off the hands of Bud. Cowdy looks to run. Off a Page. Back over to Chambers. Chambers with a drive. Good hustle back by Stauffer to deflect the ball out of bounds. We have a timeout by Cowdy. 30-second timeout. With 1:51 left, the score is tied 3-3. Team fouls, Port Allegheny has 2. Coudersport has none. And I think we have about a 3 to 4 minute delay from the feed from when we went live. Porterfield goes inbound and knocks out of bounds by Evans. Emma Chambers inbounds to her sister Sarah Chambers. Chambers looks to drive. And Chambers is called with a travel as 3 Gators collapsed on Chambers and made the drive very tough. Garzell inbounds to Archer. Back to Garzell. Again, Porterfield picks Garzell off about 3/4 court. Garzell to Stauffer. Stauffer back into Garzell. Garzell with a drive. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Page. Stolen by Stauffer for 2 with a layup. Stauffer stole the pass. Put in the layup. Port Allegheny 5, Cowdy 3. Chambers now with the ball. Met by Garzell. Garzell putting a little pressure on. Chambers back with the ball. Back to Myers. Myers back to Sarah Chambers. Sarah Chambers looking inside to her sister Emma. Myers through the hands of Emma Chambers, picked up by Sarah Archer. The Gators look to run. Archer down the court, down to Garzell. Port will reset. Garzell at the top. To Archer. Archer to Evans. Garzell looking to post up down low. Over to Stauffer. Stauffer looking around. Back to Garzell. Garzell for 3. It's in! 3 points by Bree Garzell. The Gators look. Again, they put pressure on Sarah Chambers. The Gators are up 8-3 with 17 seconds left. Ball to Emma Chambers. Port looks to trap on the right-hand side of the court as you're going down towards the Votech Road. Sarah Chambers to Emma Chambers. Emma looks to drive. Back to Sarah Chambers. Shot is no good as a time. They waved the shot off. So at the end of the first quarter, the score, your Lady Gators 8, the Coudersport Lady Falcons 3. Coudersport will get the ball to start the second quarter. Emma Chambers inbounds to her sister Sarah. Sarah's met by Garzell. Pays it. Porterfield guarded by Archer. Chambers guarded by Garzell. Garzell with a steal. Garzell looks to run. Garzell backs it back out. Garzell over to Stauffer. Screen by Garzell. Stauffer looks to drive. Stauffer back to Garzell. Bud working down low, getting position. Over to Archer. They run a little weave. Archer picked up her dribble. Ball to Garzell in the corner. Knocked away. Back to Stauffer. Stauffer picks it up. Looks to drive. Ball out of bounds on Sarah Chambers. It'll be Port Allegheny ball under the basket. Stauffer inbound. Out to Garzell. Garzell looks to the drive. Porterfield knocks the ball away. Garzell regains it. Garzell resets. Garzell looks to drive. Over to the Archer. Back to Evans in the corner. Out to Bud. Bud down low to Garzell. Garzell looks to drive. Garzell with a shot off the iron. Rebounded by Sarah Chambers. Chambers looks to break. Garzell cuts her off. Chambers all the way in. Oh, it's an offensive foul. Sierra Archer took the charge as well as Bree Garzell. I don't know which one took it. They both got run into. Garzell looks to bring the ball up. Stauffer has the ball now. To Garzell. Off of Rosalind Page with a knockaway. Garzell to inbound. Garzell in his, oh, it's stolen from Chambers. Chambers with a break. Chambers with an easy two. Score 8-5. 30-second timeout taken by Port Allegany coach Jamie Evans. 8-5 is your score. Port Allegany. .6:22 left in the second quarter when we resume. Port Allegany's ball underneath. Archer to inbound. Again, Porterfield back to apply a little pressure on the ball. Ball's into Stauffer. Porterfield on Garzell. Stauffer now with the ball. Down low to Bud. Bud with a basket. 10-5 Port Allegany. Garzell harassing Chambers a little bit. Chambers to half court. Chambers over to Myers. Myers to Porterfield. Porterfield shot off the back of the rim. Underneath, Rosalind Page with a rebound and put back up and in. 10-7 Port Allegany. Page with a layup for Coudersport. Archer brings the ball up. Over to Stauffer. Garzell working down low to get the post. Ball knocked away from Porterfield. It'll be Port Allegany ball. Garzell to inbound. Garzell into Archer. Back to Garzell in the corner, baseline. Out to Stauffer. Porterfield is all over Garzell. Garzell with a shot. It counts. 2 points for Bree Garzell. Makes the score 12-7 Port Allegany. Chambers brings the ball up. Chambers to Myers. Myers back to Sarah Chambers. Sarah Chambers, Emma Chambers. Back to Sarah Chambers. Chambers looks to drive. Shut off by Evans and Garzell, but makes the layup. Basket good. 12-9 Port Allegany. Up to Stauffer. Stauffer back to Garzell. Backcourt. In for the Gators, number 3. Thea Petruzzi. In for Evan Stauffer. Porterfield inbounds to Emma Chambers. Emma Chambers to Sarah Chambers. Chambers at the top. Over to Porterfield. Porterfield back to Chambers. Back to Chambers. Porterfield now works the ball down low to Rosalind Page. Rosalind Page kick it back out to Emma Chambers. Myers with a shot. Page with a rebound. Page with a... Sarah Chambers cleans up the Page miss. Scored 12-11. Porterfield again pressuring Garzell. Garzell handling the pressure. Garzell gets a pick. Back to Thea Petruzzi. Thea Petruzzi to back to Garzell. Garzell looks, has a pick. Moving pick called on Bree Bud. Port Allegany turns it over. Coudersport ball, 12-11, Port Allegheny, 3:37 left. Sarah Chambers brings the ball up. Over to Porterfield. Myers with two. Myers with a 2-point shot. 13-12 Coudersport. Coudersport's first lead since it was 2-1. Pass goes out of bounds. Coudersport ball. Into the game is Evan Stauffer. Brielle Budd will take a break. Emma Chambers to Sarah Chambers. Chambers brings the ball up the court. Over to Porterfield. Porterfield looks for Myers. Back to Sarah Chambers. Over to Emma Chambers. Back to Sarah Chambers. Myers with a shot. It's good. 2 points. Sierra Myers. Coudersport now with a 15-12 lead. Garzell handling the pressure well. Over the corner to Stauffer. Stauffer back to Garzell. Evans working in a low post. Thea Petruzzi up with a screen. Garzell. Rebound by Emma Chambers. Stolen by Garzell. They're on the floor. It's a jump ball. Garzell, Chambers, and Archer all went to the floor. The ball stays with Port Allegheny. Port Allegheny's possession. Garzell inbounds. Inbounds to Evans. Back out to Stauffer. Back to Garzell in the corner. Corner three is up. It's off the rim. Chambers with the rebound. She's fouled by Evan Stauffer. That's her first. Team's fourth. Into the game for Port Allegheny now, number 42, Mallory Causer. Thea Petruzzi is now out of the game. Causer in for Petruzzi. Chambers brings the ball up. Archer with a little pressure at the top of the key. Chambers down to Page. Page to Porterfield. Back to Emma Chambers. Emma Chambers to Myers. Emma to her sister Sarah. Sarah three from the top of the key. No good. Rebound by Gracie Archer with an outlet to Evan Stauffer. Back to Garzell. Garzell with Porterfield on her. Stauffer with three. No good. Rebounded by Myers. Myers with an outlet to Sarah Chambers. Chambers harassed by Garzell. Stolen by Evan Stauffer. Stauffer slows it down. Back to Garzell. Garzell over to Evans. Evans out top with a pass over to Stauffer. Stauffer with a pass into Garzell. A give and go. Blocked by Sarah Chambers. Chambers looks to break. Chambers in. Left-handed layup. Good. 44 seconds left, 17-12 Coudersport. Stauffer over to Garzell. Garzell with a drive. It's a basket. 17-14. Garzell with two with a layup. Emma Chambers has the ball for Coudersport. Over to Sierra Myers. Myers with a three. No good. Stauffer with a rebound. 14 seconds left to Garzell, 13. Garzell hurries up the court. Behind the back, Garzell looking to drive. Garzell kicks it out to Archer, which is tipped. Archer with two. Over to Evans. Evans with a heave at the buzzer. No good. Just off the rim. So it's halftime here in the Swamp. The Coudersport Lady Falcons 17. Your home, Port Allegheny Lady Gators 14. We're back. Both teams are back on the floor warming up. As we start, Port Allegheny will be heading towards the Votac Road, Coudersport towards the girls' locker room. Scoring updates for you. Coudersport, leading scorer, to number 22, Sarah Chambers with 9 points. Sierra Myers has 6 points. Rosalind Page with 2 for Port Allegheny. Leading scorer and game leading scorer at halftime, Bree Garzell with 10, followed by Evan Stauffer with 2, Brielle Budd with 2. I do have to apologize. I've been calling Gracie Archer Sierra. I do apologize, so from now on it'll just be Archer. Both teams clear the floor. At the start of the second half, Coudersport has possession to start the second half. It'll be Cowdy ball. Inbounding the ball for Coudersport. Emma Chambers to her sister Sarah. Chambers over to Porterfield. Porterfield back to Sarah. Emma Chambers banks in a 3 from straight away. Chambers with a 3 from straight away, making the score 20-14. Coudersport. Garzell works into Bud. Bud turns into Evans, back out to Garzell. Garzell looks to drive. Back to Archer. Archer over to Bud. Bud's pass deflected and stolen by Chambers. Chambers in with a layup, no good. Evans with a rebound. Out to Garzell. Garzell throws down, stolen by Chambers. Chambers brings the ball up, being harassed by Stauffer. Stauffer back. Ball to Porterfield. Porterfield out top. Over to Emma Chambers. Emma Chambers back to Myers. Myers to Page, who flashes. Back to Porterfield. Porterfield with a straightaway 3. The bank's no good. Rebounded by Evans. Evans with an outlet to Garzell. Garzell to Stauffer. Stauffer back to Garzell. Garzell with a 3. No good. It'll be Coudersport basketball. Chambers to Chambers, back to Chambers. Emma Chambers is now at the point, running the offense. To Porterfield. Porterfield to Sarah Chambers. Chambers to Page. Page shot, no good. Rebounded by Stauffer. Stauffer leads the Gators up the floor. Back to Garzell. Garzell to Stauffer. Stauffer guarded by Chambers. Ball tipped by Chambers, out of bounds. Port Allegheny ball. Stauffer to trigger the inbounds pass. Stauffer into Evans. Evans looks to shoot. Evans with a turnaround, no good. Bud and Page fighting for the rebound, off of Bud, out of bounds. Coudersport ball. Emma Chambers to inbound. Emma to sister Sarah. Sarah brings the ball up the court. Garzell wasted the top of key to apply defense. Screen by Page. Chambers drives. It's called a charge. Chambers is called with a charge. That's the team's Coudersport's first foul. Sarah Chambers' second foul. Garzell out top. Screen up by Bud. Garzell with a shot. No good. Saved by Stauffer. Back in. Chambers throws it away to Page. Off of Chambers. It'll be Port Allegheny ball. Garzell inbounds the Evans. Tied up. Should remain Port Allegheny's ball. It is Port Allegheny's ball. Ball into Archer. Archer down low to Bud. Bud drives, and she's fouled. Picks up a foul on Rosalind Page. Page's first of the night. It's early in the second half. Cowdy has 2 fouls, Port none. Bud's first foul shot in and out. 1 more left. It was in the act of shooting. But second shot is in. Cuts the lead to 5, 20-15. Cowdy calls a timeout. 30-second timeout. Cowdy coach. 5:21 left in the third quarter. Score Coudersport 20, Port Allegheny 15. Chambers inbounds to Chambers, back to Chambers. Chambers up the side. Tipped by Evans. Porterfield grabs it. Into Page. Page drives to the corner to Myers. Back to Evans. Bud steps a hand in, knocks it away. Over to Porterfield. Porterfield back to Sarah Chambers. Chambers to Porterfield. Back to Emma Chambers. Emma at the top. Emma Chambers with a 3. No good. Rebound to battle for it. Porterfield comes down low and gets it tipped out of bounds off the Gators. It'll be Coudersport's ball. Coudersport to inbound, underneath. Porterfield to inbound. Looks for Myers, over to Chambers. Chambers with a drive, cut off by it's up and down. Porterfield called for the travel, up and down. Good hand in the face defense by Jade Evans. Ball into Garzell. Garzell met by Porterfield again, applying a little pressure. Over to Archer. Archer to Evans. Evans over to Stauffer. Stauffer swings the ball to Garzell. Garzell to Archer. Archer to Bud. Garzell works low. Stauffer works back up top. Port Allegheny looking to set up again. Archer to Garzell. Garzell looks underneath. Garzell to Bud. Bud looks to drive. Ball tipped by Page. Ball gathered by Evans. Back to Stauffer. Stauffer to Archer for 3 off the rim. Bud fouled, getting the rebound. Second foul on Rosalind Page. It'll be Port's ball underneath. That is Page's second foul. So Coudersport has Sarah Chambers with 2, Rosalind Page with 2. Total team fouls for Cowdy this half, 3. Stauffer looks for Garzell. Into Evans, back to Stauffer. Stauffer was still on the line when she caught it. Turnover, Port Allegheny. Chambers to Chambers. Port looks to apply pressure, a little trap. Ball tipped by Garzell. Cowdy ball. Emma to Sarah. Chambers. Chambers guarded by Archer. Chambers looks to drive left. Over to Savannah. Myers has checked in for Coudersport. Down low to Chambers. Chambers over left-handed layup. It's good. Score 22-15 Coudersport. Stauffer with the ball at the three-point line. Bud comes out. Archer comes out. Archer looks to swing the ball. Archer back to Stauffer. Stauffer to the baseline to Bud. Bud back into Stauffer. Tipped out of bounds off of Cowdy. Port Allegheny's ball. Stauffer to inbound. Stauffer to Garzell. Garzell looks to drive. Garzell. Shots off, no good. Out of bounds, Cowdy ball. Again, Port Allegheny looks to put a little pressure. Oh, she walked. It works. Archer causes a turnover by Emma Chambers. It'll be Port Allegheny's ball side out. 2:55 left. Evans to inbound. Evans throws the ball into Stauffer. Stauffer takes her time, brings the ball up the court. Stauffer to the corner. Stauffer drives with a shot, no good. Rebounded by Myers. Called jump ball. It'll be Cowdy's ball. Chambers inballs to Chambers. Sarah Chambers looks to drive. She drives. Left-handed layup, no good. Page with a rebound, and she's fouled. It'll be an N1 for Coudersport's Rosalind Page. Foul is on number 1, Gracie Archer. Her first, the team's first of the half. We have a timeout called by Port Allegheny coach Jamie Evans with a score 24-15 in favor of Coudersport. 2:33 left in the third quarter. Page at the line to finish the N1. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Archer. Archer is fouled by Chambers. That is her third. Sarah Chambers now has picked up her third foul at 2:31 of the third quarter. Archer to inbound to Garzell. Garzell brings the ball up. Over to Stauffer. Bud flashes on the baseline. Stauffer to Bud. Back to Archer. Up top to Evans. Evans to Stauffer. Stauffer looks to drive. Stauffer. Ball tipped. It'll be Port Allegheny ball on the side out. Stauffer comes over to throw the ball in. Stauffer gets the ball into Garzell. Garzell looks to drive. Archer cuts her off. Garzell behind the back to Archer to Evans. Evans out top to Bud. Bud to Stauffer. Stauffer with a shot. Good. A 3 for Stauffer. Evan Stauffer hits a 3-pointer to cut the lead to 24-18. It's down to 6. 1:40 left in the third quarter. Again, Port applies a little bit of pressure. Chambers with a drive. Chambers over to Myers. No good. Rebounded by Evans. Evans to Garzell. Garzell looks to run. Gets the ball up to Archer. Archer back to Garzell. Garzell with a 3. It's good! Port has cut the lead to 3. 24-21 with 1:15 left. Again, Port Allegheny meets them with a little bit of pressure. Chambers to Chambers. Chambers back up. Chambers to the corner to Myers. Myers to Page. Page with a drive. No good. Rebounded by Stauffer. Outlets to Garzell. Garzell looks to push. Evans with a 3. It's good! It's a tie game. 24-24. Jade Evans with a 3. 47 seconds left. Port again applying pressure. Back to Sarah Chambers. Chambers looks to drive. Stopped by Stauffer. Stauffer forces the pass over to Emma Chambers. Emma Chambers at the top. Screen by Myers. Rebound by Evans. Evans hands the ball up to Garzell. 24 seconds left. Port Allegheny brings the ball up the court. Port looks to run a little clock here. 16, 14. To Garzell. 10 seconds left. Garzell over to Stauffer. Garzell cuts. Pass deflected by Page. Page looks to drive. Shots up. No good. So at the end of the 3 quarters, we have a 24-24 tie. 8 minutes to decide this game. Tied at 24 all after 3 quarters. We would like to welcome all 88 viewers to tonight's game. Thank you for supporting the Lady Gators and all the sporting events. I know it's tough with all the COVID and stuff going on, but your support really is appreciated. Thank you again to all the viewers watching. Port Allegheny will get the ball to start the 4th quarter. Stauffer looks to inbounds. Stauffer inbounds to Garzell. Garzell again guarded by Porterfield. Garzell behind the bag. Beats Porterfield. Garzell with a drive. It's in. 26-24 Port Allegheny. Garzell with a driving layup. Ball over to Emma Chambers. Emma Chambers looks to pass. It's a jump ball. It'll be Cowdy's ball. Evan Stauffer getting on the floor, getting dirty with Page. Cowdy's ball. Ball inbounded to Sarah Chambers. Sarah Chambers at the top. Over to Myers. Back to Sarah. Over to Porterfield. Porterfield to Myers. Myers from the wing. It's good. That tie score again, 26-26. Garzell looks to bring the ball up. Met by Porterfield at half court. Garzell dribbles to Evans. Evans launches a 3, just off the mark. Coudersport ball. Emma Chambers inbounds to Sarah Chambers. Back to Emma. Back to Sarah. Port applying pressure. Off of Page's hand. Chambers saves it. Stolen by Garzell. 10-second call. It'll be Port Allegheny's ball. Good pressure defense by the Gators as they forced a turnover. Archer inbounds to Garzell. Garzell again with Porterfield on her hip pocket. Garzell drives. Little bump, ball underneath the Bud. Ball out of bounds, went through Bud's hands. Coudersport will bring the ball up. Elma Chambers to Sarah Chambers. Sarah Chambers again, Port meets with like a little trap there. There comes the ball. Port comes off. Chambers drives. Garzell called for the reach in. That'll put Chambers to the line, shooting 2. That is Garzell's first of the game. Port's second as a team. Chambers at the line for their first foul shot. No good. One shot remaining in a 26-26 game. Chambers again off the rim. Archer with a rebound. Garzell looks to run. Porterfield picks her up. Garzell with a 3. Off the mark. Chambers brings the ball up herself. Guarded by Archer. Back to Sarah Chambers. Sarah Chambers backs it out. Over to Porterfield. Porterfield back to Sarah Chambers. Sarah Chambers over to Myers. Porterfield with a shot is good from the wing. Porterfield with 2 to make the score 28-26 in favor of the visiting County Lady Falcons. Evans with the ball. Down low, tipped away by Page. Garzell covers. Sarah Chambers looks to push the ball. Chambers coming up, weaving through. Foul called on Brielle Bud with a body. That will put Chambers to the line. That is Bud's 3rd foul. So we have 2 players with 3 fouls. Sarah Chambers from Coudersport and Brielle Bud from Port Allegheny. Into the game now. Thea Petruzzi relieving Jade Evans. Evans to the bench. Petruzzi in, number 3. Chambers missed the first of the foul shots. Chambers makes the second to make the score 29-23 in favor of Coudersport with a 3-point lead. 5:25 left in the 4th quarter. Stauffer to Bud, back to Stauffer, to Petruzzi. Petruzzi to Bud. Page steps in front. Page looks to drive. Page slows it down, gives it to Porterfield. Porterfield goes by with a layup. It's no good. Rebounded by Myers, no good. Garzell brings the rebound down for Port Allegheny. They look to run. Archer with a 3, no good off the mark. Stauffer with a rebound, with a drive and a layup. It's good. 29-28. The Gators have cut the lead to 1. Port Allegheny coach Jamie Evans calls the timeout. 4:53 left. The Lady Falcons 29, the Lady Gators 28. First buzzer for the teams. Coudersport's ball underneath the basket to bring the ball in. Emma Chambers to inbounds. Emma Chambers get the ball, guarded by Petruzzi. Back over Ball tipped away, stolen by Stauffer. Stauffer looks to run. Porterfield cuts her off. Stauffer to Garzell. Garzell down low to Stauffer. It's on the ground. It'll be a jump ball. It should be Port Allegheny ball. Again, Stauffer. Not afraid to dive on the floor. Stauffer to inbounds. Stauffer pass out to Garzell. Garzell back to Stauffer on baseline. Stauffer looking. Back to Evans. Garzell with Porterfield in her face. Stauffer guarded by Chambers. Down low to Garzell. Garzell to Evans. Back to Garzell. Garzell looking to make something happen at the top. Garzell with a pass over to Stauffer. Stauffer fakes a shot. Stauffer drives. Layup no good. Rebounded by Chambers. Archer knocks the ball away. It's on the floor. And we got Gators all over the floor. Bree Garzell and Evan Stauffer causing a tie-up on that one. It's County basketball. Possession arrow now switches to Port Allegheny. Chambers inbounds to Chambers. Chambers brings it up. Over to Sister Emma. Back to Sister Sarah. Sarah looks to Paige. Stauffer steps in front. Rebound by Garzell. Garzell looks to bring the ball up. Again being heckled by Porterfield. Garzell to Stauffer. Stauffer now brings the ball over to Evans. Evans to the corner to Bud. Bud back to Garzell. Evans posting up down low. Evans pops out to the wing. Back to Garzell. 3 minutes left. Garzell looks to drive, leaves it for Archer. Foul on Porterfield. That should be Porterfield's first. County's team's fifth. Port Allegheny ball underneath. Stauffer to inbound. Stauffer to Garzell. Garzell on the line for two. No good. Long rebound. Picked up by Porterfield. Porterfield out to Sarah Chambers. Chambers middle on the baseline by Stauffer. Over to Myers. Myers to Emma. Back to Sarah. Sarah with a live left-handed layup. No good. Rebound taken by Stauffer. Stauffer looks to bring it up. Off to Garzell. 2:35 left in the game. Garzell over to Stauffer. Stauffer takes her time. We got a 5-second call. 5 seconds called on Garzell. Emma to Sarah Chambers. Chambers looks to bring it up. Met by a little bit of pressure. Over to Porterfield. Porterfield into Page. Page turns, shoots. No good. Rebound by Myers. Myers back to Sarah Chambers. Chambers at the top. Chambers to Porterfield. Porterfield all the way across. Skip past to Myers. Myers back to Chambers. Back to Porterfield. Guarded by Garzell. Down to the baseline. Page from the wing. No good. Rebound. Still loose. Archer comes out of the pile with it. Heads down the court. Archer to Garzell. Minute 38 left. Garzell looking to drive. Garzell's bump. No foul called. Emma Chambers followed by Archer. Sarah Chambers at the top. Down low to Page. Page over to Myers. Myers on the line for two. No good. Page fighting for the rebound. Knocked that about. No. Jade Evans with a save. Back to Stauffer with a minute 5 left. Timeout called by Port Allegheny coach Jamie Evans with 1:07 left. The score, the Coudersport Falcons 29, the Port Allegheny Gators 28. Both teams take the floor. We hope some of the adjustments we made with the cameras and the idea of having a play-by-play announcer has improved your enjoyment of watching the game. Port Allegheny ball by the scorer's table, inbounds. Stauffer inbound. Stauffer inbounds to Garzell. Garzell again with Porterfield on her hip. Garzell to Archer. Archer looking down low to Garzell. Garzell looks to drive. Garzell is fouled. Garzell will go to the line to shoot 2. The foul is on Coudersport. Sarah Chambers, her 4th. Garzell first shot, no good. Sarah Chambers now with 4 fouls. One more with a minute left, she's out of the game. Garzell will shoot the second. With a chance to tie, Garzell. Foul shot is in and out. Archer ties up Chambers. It will be Port Allegheny basketball underneath with 52 seconds left. Garzell inbound. Garzell to Evans. Evans to Stauffer. 44 seconds left. Ball tipped by Chambers. Score still 29-28, Coudersport. 47 seconds left. Evans to inbounds. Evans into Stauffer. Stauffer looks to drive by Chambers. Down low to Bud. She's tied up by Emma Chambers. It'll be Coudersport ball with 42 seconds left. Port Allegheny looks to apply pressure. Emma Chambers to inbounds. Sarah Chambers working to get free. Ball to Porterfield. Porterfield is trapped. Over to Emma. Back to Sarah Chambers. Chambers over the half-court line. Stauffer on her. Timeout called by Coudersport's coach. 33.5 seconds left. Coudersport with a 1-point lead, 29-28 in the 4th quarter. If by chance there is a held ball, Port Allegheny has a possession arrow. The possession arrow is Port Allegheny's favor. Emma Chambers looks to inbounds. They stack in a line. Sarah Chambers breaks free to the bottom. Into Rosalind Page. Back to Emma Chambers. Chambers fouled by Evans. Port Allegheny's 4th team foul. Coudersport has 16 fouls. Chambers into Chambers. Back to Chambers. Garzell. There's a foul. Garzell with a foul on Chambers. Side out. That's Garzell's 2nd. Chambers circles around, into Page. Foul. Team fouls now are 6 apiece. Foul on Archer, that's her 2nd. Coudersport looks to inbound with 22 seconds, into Page. Page trapped, over to Chambers, over to the other Chambers. Sarah Chambers fouled by Garzell. Garzell's 3rd. Chambers will go to the line for the front end of the 1-and-1. Garzelle's third foul. Team 7th. Chambers at the line for the front end. Chambers' shot is good. 30-28 lead for the Lady Falcons. Chambers with a back into the 1-and-1. Chambers' shot is up, it's good. Coudersport with a 3-point lead. 31-28, ball to Stauffer. 12 seconds left, Stauffer over to Garzelle. Garzelle back to Stauffer. Timeout called by Coach Jamie Evans. 7.2 seconds left. The Coudersport Falcons 31. The Port Allegheny Gators 28. Evans to inbounds on the side. Evans inbounds to Bud. Tipped away by Page. Page tips it again, keeps it alive. Page to Chambers. Chambers with a layup. It's good. Time runs out. The Lady Falcons with a 33-28 victory over the Port Allegheny Lady Gators. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a safe and enjoyable